In this video, I will share my step-by-step guide on Trade Republic for beginners. To register with Trade Republic, use my link in the description to get a special bonus. After registration, you will need to verify your identity in order for your account to be activated. So this is how the Trade Republic app is going to look like. In the top, you have your portfolio. After adding money to your account, all of it will show on the top left corner as shown. You can scroll left and right and see the weekly performance, daily performance, monthly performance and yearly performance in your portfolio. Obviously, when you start investing, add new money into your account, you will see ebbs and flows within your portfolio. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Essen. I'm a researcher, and on this channel we discuss business and personal finance in Germany. On the top right hand side, we have the complete analytics of our portfolio. Here we can see all of the assets that we have invested in. For example, the ETFs and different topics, stocks and cryptocurrencies and derivatives as well. Additionally, we can see a summary of all of our positions and the weightage of each individual position. On the bottom, we have various options. If you click the user icon, here we will be able to see all of our transactions and interactions. For example, the quarterly reports and much more. So on the top hand side, again, we click on the settings cog. Here we have our name, mobile phone number, other personal information. So the first thing that we need to set up is an exemption order. This is the tax-free profit that you can get from selling your stocks and ETFs. So to do that, simply go into the settings option, scroll down to the tax information. Here you will see an option of exemption order. Right now we don't have any exemption order, so we're going to click on exemption order to set it up. The maximum amount for individuals is 1000 euros, so we're going to put in 1000 euros. Here you'll have an option to change your exemption order after another time frame or till the end of the year. We'll select until I give another order and then confirm by providing a verification code. Next comes adding and withdrawing funds. So if you go again in the profile option, here we have three ways to add funds into our account. Number one is using a credit card. The second one is using Google Pay, and the third one is using a bank transfer. After registration, you will get an option of the bank account where you need to send money that will be transferred into your Trade Republic account. Make sure that you only send money from an account that you have mentioned in the registration process and only to this account that we have in our settings option. For withdrawals, we can only send money back into the same account that we have mentioned in the registration process. Alright, now that we have firstly added our exemption order and have added funds into our account, now we can buy stocks, ETFs and cryptocurrencies. So first we're going to go back to the home screen and then click on the search option. Here we can see the top movers, for example, the best performers of the day as well as the worst performers of the day. If we go back and scroll down, we can see the trending stocks and ETFs that are within Germany or whichever country you are in at the moment. Below that, we have the trending topics. For example, decarbonization, semiconductors, big tech, and many more. So these are a bunch of companies that are related to a specific topic. For example, in high dividends, we can see a lot of companies that we can select from. We have ExxonMobil, Johnson & Johnson, JP Morgan. We can change the settings by name, by daily trend, or by market cap. Let's go back and explore more stocks. Here we have all of the stocks that are available in Trade Republic. You can also filter out certain information to fine-tune your settings. For example, we can select various savings plans. We can also change based on the countries and the type of indices. Going into the ETF options, we can also explore all of the ETFs that are available on Trade Republic. We can also fine-tune our settings by playing with the filter options, selecting the savings option, selecting specific countries or fields or sectors. We can simply search whichever ETF we want. Here I'm going to search MSCI World. After searching that, I have a couple of options, but the main thing is that these are all from various providers. As you can see here, the first one is being provided by iShares, then is from Amundi, then Xtrackers. So make sure you select the ETF that you actually want to invest in. One of the biggest changes is going to be the total expense ratio. I have a detailed video on total expense ratio here. So let's go and select the iShare Core MSCI World. Here we can see the performance of this ETF. We can see the daily, weekly, monthly, yearly and maximum performance. If we scroll down, we will see our position. If you have invested any money in it, you can see the shares that we have, the buying in, and the total portfolio percentage. If we scroll down again, we will see the focus of this ETF. Then we have the total expense ratio. And if you want to see the details, there's also a PDF document which you can select and read all of the information about this ETF. We have other metrics like the daily range, 52-week range, open and closing bids, and much more. At the bottom, we have the distribution. This ETF is accumulating, meaning that all of the dividends are auto-invested with this ETF and there's no distribution. We also have the sector distribution. For example, 20% of this ETF is invested in the information technology, 14.48% in financial, 13.68% in healthcare, and so on. But if you want to see all of the companies that are within this ETF, we can simply scroll down and select show all in the composition. Here we have all of the companies that are within this ETF and the weighted distribution of each of that company within this ETF. This can be really helpful if you like a group of companies within an ETF, but you do not want to invest in all of those companies. You can select a bunch of companies and use individual stocks to invest in them. At the bottom, we have the inspection date, domicile, use of income, and other details. If you're getting value from this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. To buy a stock, ETF, or a cryptocurrency, we will go into the search option. Here we have various options as I showed you earlier, but right now we're going to start with buying a single stock. To do that, we go into the explore and show all option. We can use the search option or explore option to buy and search for different stocks. So I'm going to go and select all stocks and scroll around to see which stock I want to invest in. In this example, I'm going to show you how to buy the BASF stocks. So I'm going to click on that. Now to buy it, simply I'll click on the buy option. Here I'll have a couple of different options. I can buy a specific amount. This order type is going to run a market order to buy at the current market price based on a set amount. Then I also have an option of shares, which is going to run a market order to buy the current market price based on a set number of shares. Then we have a limit order, which I can use to buy shares at a specific limit price or lower. Then the stop order is going to trigger a market order at a set stop price. Then we can also select a savings plan, which I will discuss later on in this video. So if we go and select the amount, in Trade Republic, we can start with just €1. So I'm going to put in €5 and click next. Here we will get the order information. For example, this is a market order, the price per share, the number of shares, and the total estimated price. So if we click buy, this will execute our order. So let's suppose we do not want to buy an ETF or a stock right now. We want to set up a savings plan. In Trade Republic, you have a special option of running a savings plan. This is a special order which runs at specific intervals. To set up a savings plan, simply search a stock or ETF that is eligible to run a savings plan and select on Create Savings Plan Now. Here we have various options. We can run a savings plan weekly, twice a month, monthly, and every 3 months. So we're going to select weekly. Next, we will have this option of starting of the month or middle of the month. You can select whichever option. I'm going to select starting of the month. Next, I'm going to select the amount of euros that I want to utilize to buy this stock every single week. So I can select whichever amount. You can start with just €1. I'm going to select 10 and click next. Again, we will have our overview. So this is a savings plan starting from the 2nd of March. And this is going to execute weekly for €10. Next, we will simply click Create Savings Plan and our saving plan has been created. Obviously, you can modify and delete your savings plan. So we're going to simply click on Savings Plan, and here we can edit our savings plan and change it to weekly, monthly, or twice a month, or change the time of month when we are going to start executing this savings plan. Once you are sure you have made the correct changes, you can click on Save. Let's assume you want to delete the savings plan. Go back and select the savings plan and select delete, and delete again to delete your savings plan. To sell an individual stock or ETF, you can use the sell option. Here we have various order types to sell our stock or ETF. We can use a specific amount, number of shares, limit order or stop order. So we're going to use the specific amount, and let's say I'm going to sell 10 euros worth of Amazon share. Click next, and once I click sell, this is going to execute the sell order, and it's going to execute at the current market price. You can buy, sell and set up a savings plan for ETFs the same way that I've shown you for a specific stock. In Trade Republic, we also have an option of investing in cryptocurrencies. In the Explore option, we can see all of the cryptocurrencies that we have in Trade Republic. They have all of the big names, for example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, the Graph, and many more. Again, to set up a savings plan or buy or sell any cryptocurrency, you simply need to select the cryptocurrency and either buy a specific amount or use the savings plan option to set up a savings plan. We also have the option of derivatives. Now, derivatives are really complex, and I do not recommend any beginner to start looking into derivatives. Maybe you can start with ETFs and then individual stocks, and later on, if you are comfortable with the platform, then you can start looking into ETFs. Trade Republic is just one of the many broker accounts. In this video, I share my comparison of Trade Republic against Scalable Capital. So thanks for watching, bleib gesund, and I'll see you in this video.